my mate Craig and me so far. We may have another visitor from Ben as usual, but let's start off with just the two of us. How are you doing today, Craig? Are you doing all right?
I'm good, mate. The sun's shining, so it always puts everybody in a good mood.
Y-
Yeah, summer is on the way, so that means we've got the flying insects coming out and the arachnids, which women don't like. They don't bother me, but yeah, I'm good, mate. Yeah, football's back and the world snooker's underway. So what's not to like?
Exactly, and a good thing for me as well is the NHL playoffs are on as well, so I'm
Ah,
enjoying that one. I'm a Montreal Canadian fan. Go Habs, come on! And they're playing tonight, so
lovely,
I'm looking forward to see that game tomorrow. But
lovely.
we'll have a few topics to go through. It's about who is going to win the Premier League
Yeah,
and the fixtures of this weekend. And
mhm,
one of them is already on the way. It's Sunderland against Forest.
yeah.
Now we can start with that game. If Forest win this one, it's
Oh,
going to put a real pressure on the Spurs.
well, I think. Um, excuse me. Looking at the results last weekend with
Yeah.
Tottenham drawing at Brighton, which for me was a must win. They had to win last weekend. Um, Nottingham Forest, I think. Uh, I think they'll get something there tonight. They might not get 3 points, but they're playing well enough to come away with a point. And I think with 5 games to go, a point at this stage of the season, I think any manager would snap your hand off for it. I think.
Yeah, I mean, Liverpool also know that Sunderland away is a tough away ground.
Yeah,
So there's nothing, certain in that sense. But I think Spurs is going to have a real tough time if Forest gets 1 or 3 points.
yeah,
It's just done down to West Ham and Spurs, in my opinion.
yeah. I think it is. I think to be fair, I think Leeds United and
Hmm.
Nottingham Forest are safe now. Um, and I think, to be honest with you, I've looked at the fixtures and I've watched everything this week, and I've listened to what the experts have said, the pundits, and what the supercomputers come out with. Now, the
Mm.
Opta supercomputer has got West Ham staying up and Tottenham going down.
Yeah,
And all the experts are saying the same now. I just think even tomorrow, and I think we can be well voiced on this. Spurs play Wolves away. We know what Wolves are like away from home. I
mm.
I know Wolves have already gone down, but if Spurs think it's going to be a walk in the park tomorrow, then they've got another thing coming. But I mean, that'll be a good game tonight up there in the northeast at Sunderland. That'll be a cracker. That.
Yeah. I think if Spurs lose tomorrow and West Ham win, it's going to be really bleak. But we can get into the fixtures a
Yeah,
little bit later on.
yeah.
We
Um,
do. We're going to do some predictions. I have kind of thought. Well,
hang on. Yeah,
I'll
okay.
do some predictions. You know that, but you can do the rest of them.
Uh, I mean, I thought you'd be growing in confidence after beating Everton last week.
That we beat Everton because I hold my head. I shut up. I don't do anything. That's why it goes that way. I'm not
I mean,
jinxing
to
anything.
refer, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I said we'd get beat 2-0, but I'll be honest with you. When when we scored from that set piece, it was lovely. I
It
mean,
is.
to see the away end erupt like it did,
Oh,
and the Everton fans leaving in the droves,
mm,
as they usually do. I mean, it got quite nasty outside afterwards, but
what happened?
no
What
surprise.
happened?
Well, apparently the Evertonians started tragedy chanting.
Oh, fuck off.
So yeah, there's videos of it online. and one young lad was with his dad, and one young lad got smacked in the face. So, yeah, it all kicked off, but the police didn't handle it very well at all. It was very poorly.
I thought Liverpool Everton was a kind of friendly derby, you know.
No, mate. I've seen it. No, anybody who thinks that, no.
Yeah, but
No.
when it comes to the tragedy shouting, I mean, that for me is kind of news, because they've kind of always been on the same side in that kind of situation, because every family in Liverpool was affected by the Hillsborough tragedy,
Yeah.
or the the Hazel tragedy. You know,
it's the younger generation what are stirring up the shit at the minute.
idiots. Yeah, and I remember the tragedy as well. I wasn't there like you were, but I remember it, and you know, red and blue went hand in hand, because everybody had a brother or sister or an uncle or whatever it was involved in that accident.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, our bold fraud had a press conference today.
Yeah, I know. Yes, I've not watched it. I've not watched it for a change. I thought I'd give myself a break.
I don't watch any of his press conferences anymore.
I've listened to. I've looked up what he said. You know, and looking at things squad wise, I think we're in serious trouble here now, because I think you're looking at probably possibly seven players leaving in the summer. Liverpool are going to have to spend very big again in the summer. This is not transitional anymore. It's gone beyond that, and it's looking. I think as the days go by and the hours tick by, I think it's looking. Apparently, sources inside the club are saying it's 50-50 whether he stays or not. But there's talks over him signing a new long-term contract.
What slot?
Yeah, talks have started. But if he stays, you know, I mean, somebody posted something on X the other day, and they asked the question, who would you take? Would you keep Ernie Slot, or would you have Brendan Rodgers?
And none of them. I'd rather have you and me.
And I just thought, well.
But I have to ask you a question. You a question.
Yeah.
Because you're closer to this than I am, and I don't read every English news outlet or everything like that. But what I have a big issue with is that we've seen the bold fraud say that we have to sell players to buy players.
Yeah.
We've heard that many years now. That's nothing new. Now, I have no real issue with that, because that's the way this club has been run for years and years.
Yeah.
But my issue is that we have to sell to buy.
Yeah.
We are. It doesn't matter who's the manager. If it's Slot, me, you, or your dead aunt, it doesn't really matter. We have to rebuild the team, right? Yeah. What I don't understand is we have to sell to buy, but we need at least 7, maybe more players.
Yeah.
And a lot of the players we are losing are going on a free.
So
now, I'm not saying that Salah or Alisson or any of these legends don't deserve it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's no money in. I mean, we can't continue to buy players and let everybody go on a free contract. Trent went on a free. Salah will leave on a free. Virgil will leave on a free next year. The same with Alisson. Who the fuck are we going to sell?
Well, first of all, do you know how much money we made from the Champions League this year?
Enough.
800 million.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Now, I said when I spoke to Deck, I said to him, there's another bombshell coming before the season ends. And he went, do you reckon? He said, yeah. He said, well, what do you think it is? And I said, the bombshell which nobody's expecting, because I've read something on Facebook from his wife, right? His wife's put a post out. And the bombshell I think is going to drop is Van Dijk's going at the end of the year because his wife's come out and said that Virgil is ready to go back home. He's already thinking about it. He's already made the decision.
Yeah, but how can we? Who are we going to sell if everybody leaves on a free transfer? Well, are we going to sell the players that are the future?
Well, here's my question. Here's my question to you.
Answer that one first, because I don't understand it.
Well, I think if they're going to sell, I think the players are going to sell. Obviously, Alisson Becker, he's agreed terms with Juventus already, and they're offering 5 million euros a year plus an extra million, including bonuses. So all that's sorted out. Apparently, the only thing Juventus are waiting for is the green light from Liverpool. Alisson's already agreed terms with Juventus on everything. So, yeah, they're going to get a bit of money for Alisson there. I think they'll get a little bit back for Federico Chiesa.
That's not
much. It won't be much. It won't be much, but they will get something back for Chiesa. I think Alexis McAllister will leave. I think he'll go to Spain. I would also, you might not agree here, but I would cash in on Jeremy Frimpong because I don't rate him at all. We should never have signed him. He's useless.
Yeah, but if we sell him, we need to buy another right back again.
The thing is, I go and sign Nico Williams back from Nottingham Forest.
I agree with you on that one. But the point is, all the players that you mentioned there, they don't give us that much money. Let's say 100 million together.
Well, the thing is, they made 800 million in the Champions League. They made 703 million profit in the financial year. So, let's not make any bones about this here. Liverpool have got serious money to spend. It's all about bringing the right players in now who are actually going to hit the ground running, and we're not waiting another 6 months like we have been waiting for with Florian Wirtz and Hugo Ekitike and Alexander Isak, so to speak.
But why is then Slot saying we need to sell to buy if we have the money?
Well, that's the way. That's the FSG model. That's how they've always operated since they came in over a decade ago. They've always operated that way. Which leads me to the question I wanted to ask you. I honestly think there's something seriously wrong in English football now with the Premier League, where you've got, if you look at the league table, you've got 14th place Newcastle United, you've got 7th place Chelsea, and you've got 5th place for Liverpool. Right? Now, you've got 3 clubs there, and all 3 of them should basically sack the managers. Now, Chelsea have done it. They've already got rid of Liam Rossini this week after 107 days in charge.
Yeah.
5 defeats on the bounce and no goals, and they sack him. Yet Liverpool have 17 defeats in a season. Out of every competition we entered, we're only guaranteed Champions League football because of how Chelsea are performing and Newcastle. But you've got 3 clubs there what should now actually sack the managers because they're out of the depth now. So there's something seriously wrong in the Premier League where you've got 3 huge clubs and the managers are failing. And when Liverpool have spent what they spent, you've got to ask why. What's going wrong? I think it's a real serious issue.
I think Rossini should never been appointed to Chelsea in the first place. But they run that club like a football manager club on the computer.
Well, to be fair, I mean, I know Liverpool fans are not happy with FSG because of the ticket prices increase and what have you. But when you look at how Blue Co running Chelsea,
hang on, Forest scored.
Oh, see, and when you look at how Blue Co are running Chelsea, it's absolutely diabolical. I mean, here's my point. How can you sign for football? How can you sign for Chelsea on an 8-year contract?
Mm.
They give Rafinha a 6-year contract,
Mm.
so there must have been a release clause where it said if this doesn't work. Now apparently he's only going to get paid £4 million compensation.
Yeah, 1 year or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. But giving players 8-year contracts isn't working at Chelsea.
No, but
You know.
everybody that's played Football Manager for more than one time has known that doesn't work, and I've played it for 25, 30 years. But I think, I mean, Liverpool needs a new manager. Chelsea should never have appointed a senior, just like the same that Igor Tudor never should have been signed for Spurs.
Yeah.
United should not do the same error like they did with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and sign Carrick. They also need a new manager. Arsenal may need a new manager if they don't win anything this year. I mean, and well, let's go. That gives us the next topic then, since we kind of went that way.
Yeah.
Arsenal and City are now level on goals, on points, on anything, except that City has more scored goals than Bottle FC. Now, who do you think is going to take it? I've said Arsenal for quite a while.
Yeah.
I was not very impressed with what City did against Burnley.
Yeah.
I think they conceded too many big chances that could have been a goal.
Yeah.
When you look at where they are on the table, so that kind of surprised me a little bit, because if Burnley had been a better team, they would have conceded 1 or 2 or 3 goals and maybe not won that game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's going to be really tight, but I do think now that the ball is in the hands of City.
Yeah, but I agree, and the thing is as well, I'll look at the City side first. I'll look at the Arsenal side first.
Yeah.
Well, if we go back 12 weeks, Arsenal were 10 points clear.
Yeah.
And everybody's saying it was done and dusted and it was over. Now, and I know we've been 10 points clear of City, and we know what they can do. Now, since they lost to Man United, they've not lost a game.
No.
Right. So since they lost to Man United, they've not lost a game. They've won 30 out of the 33 games played. Right. Now, looking at Arsenal, I think looking at the fixtures this weekend, right, Arsenal have got Newcastle. Now, Eddie Howe's under pressure here. So he's got it. Now, obviously, he rotated his squad last game out, so the big guns didn't play. Now, he's come out and said the reason they didn't play was because how they've been training. Now, okay, we've got to take his word for that. Now, I don't think Newcastle are going to go to. I don't think Newcastle, they're at home. I don't think the fans will accept them just rolling over and letting Arsenal.
This is at Arsenal home.
Yeah, I don't think Newcastle's fans are going to travel all the way to London, which they will, and they'll travel in the numbers, which they always do. They're not going to go all that way and just accept their team rolling over. To be honest with you, I think, I make Arsenal favourites, but City drew with Burnley, but Burnley, I watched it, and I tell you what, I'm so glad they've gone down, because they are awful to watch. They put 11 men behind the ball. Scott Parker, he's not a manager. He was a decent footballer, but he's not a manager by any stretch for me. And looking at Arsenal's fixtures here, because I've got them, you know where I think the banana skin is? Fulham.
Away?
Fulham at home, Then they got West Ham away.
Yeah.
I think them's two serious games where Arsenal basically will come unstuck. But I've said all along, I've said for the last 3 months, City won't lose a game, and I'm sticking to it. I think City will win the league. I expect, the only shock I expect is tomorrow and Southampton knock City out the FA Cup.
I agree. I have to agree with you. I think City. If you look, it doesn't matter who is playing who and everything like that.
No.
But when you but when in my what my point is, it doesn't. I mean, City could play the 5 best team in Premier League and still be favorites to win the 5 games when they are on this kind of run.
Yeah.
Arsenal. Arsenal is more likely to give up a point than City. It doesn't necessarily mean that City will win every game. I think they can win every game, but I don't think they're going to slip up as much as Arsenal. But I would love, and I mean love, capital letters all over the place, big neon signs. I would love that Bottle FC shit manager, Lego man, Playmo, whatever you want to crack me and call them. I would love them to lose on less scored goals.
Well, to be honest with you, I know the level on goals scored now and the level on points. Now, Arsenal play twice before City play again in the league.
Yeah.
Right? So City, if you look at it, City will have 2 games in hand. Right?
Yeah.
Now, people always say you'd sooner have the points on the board than the games in hand, right?
And I agree on that one.
Right, yeah. No, but for me, the psychological damage was done when City beat Arsenal last weekend.
I agree.
Because it's not the players what's the problem, it's the manager. And I've always said this.
But that's the point. Because I would, if they lose, if they are level on everything, right?
Yeah.
Goal difference, whatever it is, but they lose because City has scored more goals than Arsenal. For me, that is the biggest kick in the teeth, and a goodbye and say thank you for the defensive, cowardless football they've been playing all year, where they could have dominated almost every game, at least until New Year's, where they were. Yeah. If they had gone out and gotten all the goals, there would be no discussion now at the end of April.
No, I mean, looking, I'm looking at the fixtures, and obviously City have got to have a game which it's not been determined yet when it's going to be played, which is Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
But obviously Arsenal have got Newcastle, Fulham, West Ham, Burnley, and Crystal Palace.
And here's the wild card. City ain't in the Champions League.
Exactly. And the thing is, and I've said it to you on here, and I've said it to you when we spoke on the phone, Arsenal are winning nothing. They're going to end up potless again. No trophies. Arsenal will not beat Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. Diego Simeone, as much as you like it, he's like Marmite, you either like him or you don't. Simple.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Right, simple as that. And we know what he's like from his shenanigans at Anfield, right? But the thing is, whether you like him or not, you can't take away how good a coach he is and what he gets out of his players, because they crawl over broken glass for him, that's for sure. And now, if you look at it from Atletico Madrid's point of view, the 180 minutes away from a Champions League final, I think they're legit, and I think they'll knock Arsenal out. But looking at going back to the league, Man City have got Everton, Brentford, Bournemouth, Villa, and Crystal Palace to be arranged.
And when it comes to the Madrid game there, Arteta is a kind of a copycat when it comes to defensive style football, or anti-football, like I call it. He's going up against Obi-Wan Kenobi when it comes to that kind of
Oh, he's
football.
coming up against the master, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you, I mean, when it comes to parking the bus, playing low block, destroy you on counter, anything like that, there is no one better than Simeone. You can like the style or not, but I agree with you. He's going to show him how it's done.
Oh yeah, and the thing is as well, because I'm going to make two. It's not a prediction, but this is what I think will happen. This is what my gut instinct's telling me. I think City will win the league, right? They'll probably nobody's mentioned this yet, but City are on for a treble.
Yeah,
they've already won the League Cup. They're in the FA Cup semi-final tomorrow, right? Now, if they beat Southampton in the FA Cup final, and they're going to win the Premier League, and I think this is what's going to happen. Pep Guardiola leaves in the summer. He walks away because he's won the league again, right?
Yeah.
And it's looking likely because I've watched something today from the guy who covers he's a City fan, but he's a finance expert, and he's been covering the 115 for the last 3 years. And I've watched the video of him today, and he's actually said that serious talks have been held with Maresca, who was at Chelsea, to come in and take over. So it's looking like there's something going on behind closed doors, which we're not privy to.
I think also he wants to go before the verdict of the charges come back as well.
Yeah, and I think here's my question to you then, as a neutral. So this will be the third year running Arsenal have not won the league.
Yeah,
right? And Arteta's been there 6 years now, and he spent £1 billion and he's won nothing. Would you replace him in the summer?
I'm not. If I look at it outside, and let's say Guardiola leaves, they may think now the door is open. I think no matter what you think, he's made Arsenal a contender. There were many years where they were not a contender at all.
Right. Yeah.
So he has brought them up in standards when it comes to performance and everything like that.
So why can he not win anything then? What's the problem?
I think the problem is the way that he addresses the games. I think he's too cautious. I think
I agree.
I think he's trying to play the numbers, and that works very well. We've all seen a Champions League final or a cup final of any sorts. They are usually not very good because you don't play flaring football when it comes to a final. When it's just one game, you play not to lose, to say it that way. But you can't play 38 games like that because I think, I'm not sure what the board would say because of what he has achieved and maybe the opening because of Pep leaving and blah, 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 blah. But, 2-0 Forest. I think...
while you're talking, I'm just going to bring the league table up and have a look at it. Because
what concerns me, if I was an Arsenal fan, is that if they bottle it again, how are the players going to believe in him to be the manager to bring them over the line next time?
Yeah,
when they've been in that situation so many times, and I don't think he has it in him. Then,
well, they've already bankrolled him to £1 billion, and he's won nothing.
Yeah,
right. And did you say Forest are 2-0 up?
Yeah,
right. So looking at the league, as it stands now, looking at the league table, Leeds are on 40 points.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest are on 39.
Yeah.
West Ham are on 33. And Spurs are on 31. So Forest are 8 points clear of Spurs now.
Yeah. If Forest win this game, both them and Leeds are safe, in my opinion.
Yeah. It is between West Ham and Spurs. And if I was a betting man, which I'm not, I'd back West Ham. I wouldn't be backing Tottenham.
I still think Tottenham can make it.
But going back to what you said there with Arteta, I mean, he's got the squad, but I also think that the Arsenal players can't handle the pressure.
No, but I think they lack the confidence because of the way the manager tries to play football.
They are petrified.
Yeah, they are more afraid of losing than they want to win, and that's what great managers do. They make them believe they can beat any mountain, any player, any team, and just go for it. And we remember that on the Klopp as well. We didn't win every game, but we never gave up, you know. And
yeah.
And when you have that mentality, you win more games than you lose with that mentality. Now he has this cautious approach. He wants to be safe, and better safe than sorry, blah 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 blah. And that kind of gets you in the head. That makes you defensive in the mindset. It makes you cautious in the mindset. And I think that's what biting them in the ass now. And I think that will continue to bite them in the ass. And to be fair, I think Arsenal has maybe the best team in Premier League when it comes to player by player.
Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt. And I think if that team had been under Klopp, under Ferguson, under Conte, under Pep, anybody else with a little bit more aggressive approach to the games, that team would have blasted through last year and this year and would be almost unstoppable.
I've got another. I mean, there's another reason why I think City will win the league as well, because I think City's front three is better than Arsenal's front three.
What the hell? 3-0. Shit.
I'm going to turn the snooker off and just put this on for a second. Well, go on. I think City's front three is actually better than the Arsenal's front three. Would you agree or disagree?
I sort of agree on that one. But usually, I think it was Fergie who said it, or I don't really care who said it, but it was, Sunderland people are leaving the grounds already. But the point is, what was that? Oh, what was the point? I think if you want to win a game, the offense can win the game. The attacking footballs that can win the game. But if you want to win titles, you have to have a good defense.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to defense, the best defense in the Premier League is Arsenal's defense. But it doesn't really matter when you don't score goals, because you don't win anything by drawing any games. So they don't have the balance, in my opinion.
I tell you what, mate, I've just seen the goal, the third one. It's Gibbs White again. He's having a great season, isn't he? And the thing is, as well, why he's on about Arsenal and City, then the front three, looking at Liverpool's situation here on the, apparently, from what I've been reading, FSG are not going to make the decision on Slot. They're going to leave it to Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards. They're going to do a review of the season. They're still going to monitor his coaching style, how the team's performing, plus the results,
lack of coaching style,
plus the results in the games we got remaining. Right now, apparently the club is still backing him. Now, this is deja vu for me, and this reminds me of a club which is an hour away from me in the opposite direction. This has Eric Ten Hag written all over it here. Liverpool now, where they're saying they're going to keep him, we'll give him more money in the summer, and then when the season starts, 12 weeks in, 3 months down the line, if it's not working, they sack him.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. It is Ten Hag all over. I think if the club 4-0.
I've got it something, I'm a bit behind you.
I'm sorry, I forget.
No, you're all right. It's fine. I've not got a problem with it. 4-0. I know I said they might get a point or come away with 3, but can we start again the stream?
I think they have a shot on the draw here.
Oh dear.
but
I was settling for a point.
yeah. But
Oh, well.
I think if the club is uncertain that this is the new, if the club is uncertain that he is the way forward,
Yeah.
then when you are uncertain, then you should listen to that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you are, I mean, when it comes to my biggest issue is I don't see what he's trying to do. I don't know what his style of play is. I don't know if he wants to play a 4-4-2 kind of diamond or whatever you want to call it, or a 4-3-3. I don't know what he wants to do. And as I've said many times before, when Klopp came in, he was there 2 days, and we all saw what he tried to do.
Yeah.
He didn't succeed because he had shit players, and it takes time to build a team. But we saw what he was trying to do. When it comes to, if anybody asks me what's Slot trying to do, and I said, I have no fucking clue. And that's after 2 years. So
I agree. I mean, I've nothing against Arne Slot. It's not personal.
That's because you both use the same hairdresser.
Correct. It's not personal, but if you look at if you look at how we're playing football now, how slow it is, how turgid it is, you know, they're frightened of passing it forward or sideways. He's turned us into an Eredivisie League team. He's turned us into Feyenoord.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's out of his depth. I think, but basically, it's similar, and I'm not being disrespectful to him, but it's similar to Roy Hodgson. The club's too big for him. It's not that he's not a good coach.
No,
the club's too. It's just simply the size and the magnitude of the job he's doing, and where he is, and where he's at.
He doesn't have the aura around him. He doesn't have the impact to dominate the dressing room, if you understand what I'm saying. It's not like he's not big enough in a person, if you know.
I don't think Alonso is either.
I think he's more than this.
Because I think that FSG, they've got to get this appointment right, because if they get this next managerial appointment wrong, this could set Liverpool back 10 years. Seriously, for me.
The summer transfer window alone can set us 10 years back.
Oh, I've already got my radar out ready, because I've been having a look at who we're linked with, and obviously the main one at the minute is young Jan Dominida, you know, but is he worth over 100 million euros? Well, yeah, he is, because we paid more than that for Alexander Isak.
Yep.
You know, so you can't say he's not worth that when they paid 130 million for a guy who's been out all year. You know, but
I think we got to stop there, my brother, because we have to go on to the fixtures for this weekend.
Yeah,
there are some games. I mean, it looks like the Forest game is kind of over, but I have to look at the fixtures.
I didn't see it coming. So the fixtures. There's
wait. I'm going to zoom. I'm going to zoom in.
Yeah. I tell you what, maybe that's some fun with that one, aren't we?
But I've got it better now, didn't I? Can you zoom in a little
bit? Welcome to part 2 of Can You Zoom In? Episode 2.
I mean, okay, it was a replay. Okay.
There's a 12:30 kickoff.
Yeah,
and then there's
a 4 kickoff Liverpool Palace and West Ham United against Everton and Wolves Spurs.
Yeah, they're 3 o'clock kickoffs.
And then I mean, do I need to zoom in more?
No, and then the 5:30 game is Arsenal Newcastle.
Yep. So I'm going to leave it up to you, my friend. You start at the top and go downwards when it comes to predictions.
Okay. So Fulham, Aston Villa. This is good. I think if you were neutral, this should be a nice game to watch. This two good coaches, two very good coaches, underrated. Unai Emery for me. I think he's one of the best you could ever get.
Yeah.
And Aston Villa are playing well now. They really are. I'm going to go 2-1 Aston Villa here.
2-1 Villa. Okay.
Liverpool Crystal Palace.
Yep. Do Palace set a new record when it comes to beating us?
Yeah, Crystal Palace. Liverpool have never lost 4 times to one team in a season. Now that okay. Yes, we won the Merseyside derby last weekend. Wonderful, tremendous. But Crystal Palace are an extremely well coached team and very difficult to beat. I think we'll concede.
Of course.
I think we'll concede. It's just how Glasner operates. And obviously, the incentive he's got and these boys have got is no team's ever beat Liverpool 4 times in a season. And if that's not enough for a team talk, then what is? I think we'll win 2-1.
All right.
Going off the back of simply winning away at Everton last week in the last minute with a set piece for us. We turned into Stoke City for a change. I think that'll give the boys a shot in the arm. But, and reading what Frimpong said today, we've got 5 cup finals now, and that's what they are. And we're going to be giving 100% in every game. I think Liverpool know now they've got to switch the afterburners on. So I'll take us to win that 1-2-1.
West Ham, Everton.
This is the David Moyes derby.
Yeah.
Because he was ex-man. Obviously, this is a guy who's going back to London Stadium who he won the European Conference with.
Yep.
So I think you'll get a great reception from the West Ham fans. He won't get booed, that's for sure. He knows how West Ham operate. He knows the players inside out. But Everton have got a decent squad. But I'm going to take West Ham to win this 2-1 because they know what they've got to do, and they know it's between them and Spurs. And I think that will be the driving point, the driving force for them. Even though we've been linked with a certain player from West Ham this week, who we've been looking at for a long time, but he's too old.
We got to speed it up because I have a little stomach emergency here.
Oh, and here we go. This is the biggest game of the weekend for me.
Wolves Spurs.
Wolves Spurs, because Tottenham's season's riding on this.
Yep.
Right. I'm gonna go 2-1 Wolves.
All right.
I know Wolves have gone down, but they want to go out with some pride.
Well, I agree on that one. The big one then, Arsenal-Newcastle.
Arsenal-Newcastle. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw here.
1-1 draw. All right. My turn. I predict that Forest going to win.
Oh, yeah. All right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're only going to give me 4 predictions, not 5.
Yeah, as usual. When it comes to Fulham Villa, I think Villa's going to take it. I think they'll, 2-1 is a good one. I agree. I'll give it to Villa.
Liverpool Palace.
We're not going to lose. That's what I'm saying. That's what you get. You know what it is. We're not going to lose. I think West Ham is going to beat Everton as well. I think they are.
What score? What does your gut instinct tell you?
I'll change it. A draw. 2-2.
What?
Yeah.
2-2? Oh.
Yeah.
I hope you're not
And
sitting on a fence there. You're going to be full of splinters.
and I think Spurs are going to beat Wolves 2-1.
Oh, yeah, you want Spurs to stay up, you don't you?
I think that's the game they're going to win and put pressure above West Ham.
Okay.
And I think Arsenal Newcastle is going to get a draw.
Okay. 0-0.
1-1.
Okay. Oh, same as me. Copycat.
Yeah. Copycat. So that's
okay.
what I think. But I'm sorry, but I think I have to cut it short, my friend, because my stomach is not agreeing with me.
No worries. Okay. Yeah, you've got the Mikel Artetas, haven't you?
Yeah, I really have to go. I'm sorry.
Okay, mate.
But I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank you, Craig, for letting me host, even though I have to cut it short.
No worries.
I'll talk to you later in the chat. Okay.
Yep. See you soon, mate.
Everybody.